Hey everybody, Phil/Polygon here. Welcome to the first episode, Sans episode numbers. Like I mentioned in the last one, I'm gonna stop numbering these things, and actually it almost tripped me up immediately because I am so used to going into the flow of welcome to episode 18, welcome to episode 2, welcome to episode 346. There is no 346, but it just kind of left me hanging out there. And def segue, I'm also hanging out here in the Undead Parish, playing some more Dark Souls, circa level 20, some low-level stuff. I'm actually hunting griefers. I've had some side conversations lately that have griefers on the brain. Every time I've ever been invaded in the parish, it's by some twinked-out dude with advanced gear coming in trying to get some easy wins against more vulnerable players, maybe some flat-out new guys. So I thought let's hang out here for a little bit and see what comes down the pike. And what comes down the pike, surprise, surprise, griefers exclusively. So up front, I'm not a fan of griefers. This one may get a little bit punchy, fair warning. I think some of these guys are also hacking because there is some shady math going on with a few of these builds and what they're able to do with the gear that they have on. Here we go. So regarding the numbering thing, just in case you are keeping count, this is number 21. Here's a quick look at my build to get things started. Just something I put together in haste, nothing fancy. There's my stats. I've got 10 endurance. That gives me 2 swings with my claymore if I rock the thing two-handed. Sack and Fap and Havels. I did run ahead a little bit, did things out of order, and did a suicide run for the Chaos Flame Ember to build out my claymore. I've got it to +2 just using some red chunks I had available from taking out the Knights in the Asylum and trading my Pyro Glove. So I am overpowered for the level, but again, I'm hunting griefers, and I wanted to at least have a fighting chance about a lot of these guys. Oh, hooray. Such a great feeling when the guy summons in and his HP flashes at 65,000 some odd. Great. Also, you may have noticed I censored out the names. As mentioned, I've got a nagging suspicion I'm going to talk some shit about some griefers, and I really don't want to call anybody out. I don't want it to come off that I'm talking about these guys specifically, so I did block all the names to protect the innocent, or to protect the not-so-innocent, actually. Okay, so let's set a little bit of context and set some rules for this endeavor. As mentioned, I am overpowered for the level, admittedly. All this stuff was acquired naturally. I didn't mule anything in, I didn't hack or mod anything in. I just built out my equipment along the way with shards and chunks that I found. So, overpowered for the level, yes. Ridiculously so? Not really, especially compared to a lot of the guys that I'm going up against. I just wanted to have a fighting chance against what I suspected would be a parade of griefers invading. I was right. What I'm actually trying to prove here, or demonstrate here, one is just kind of my hatred for griefers. I don't get it. I've talked about that in the past. I do not understand the false sense of accomplishment, the chest-thumping quality of taking over-level gear out there and kicking the crap out of more vulnerable players, be they new or just guys that haven't even hit the first blacksmith yet. Guys that didn't run down into the catacombs and immediately upgrade to fire from Vamos or whatever it is, or mule anything in. I was also kind of just testing the waters again in terms of what new guys we're coming up against. There are still a lot of guys coming late to the game. Keeps going on sale on Steam. It's, you know, $20, $10 from GameStop on the PS3 and the Xbox and stuff like that. So new players that are coming through the parish in human form, trying to enlist a little bit of help from Solaire or some phantoms against the gargoyles, or just clear it out or stuff like that. Man, they are having a rough fucking go of it. This is a crazy place. Actually, in the words of Obi-Wan, there has never been a more wretched hive of scum and villainy than the parish for the invaders coming through here. Ooh, that was lucky. That's a missed plunging attack. Not lucky for him. I also was kind of looking for hackers. There's still a lot of buzz about hackers going on out there, and I've been pretty lucky. I don't run into a lot of them, and the ones that I do are actually pretty funny. So I was kind of looking, wondering, where are all these guys? And oh my heavens, they are in the parish. I'm going to start with that. And just to be redundant, just to be perfectly clear, beat this thing to death. If you're a griefer, if that's how you get your kicks from the game, if you find it fun to take high-level gear down into lower-level areas and just steamroll people, and that's what you find enjoying about Dark Souls, go with God, man. But just know that over the course of this video, I'm probably going to offend the hell out of you, so be ready with your dislikes. or more constructively actually, be ready to let me know why I'm getting this so very wrong. Be ready to tell me what is fun about this, because I just don't get it, and that would absolutely be awesome to hear. So now, I think there's already an element of scumminess, I'll explain this a little bit down the way, of coming down here with muled items and invading in the 20-ish range. If you're coming down here with your lightning battle axe or your +5 chaos butcher knife with 99 humanity, you don't have to put in a lot of work to take people out, right? You just have to sneeze in somebody's general direction, and you're probably going to hit them for 75% of their life, if not one-shot them completely with a BS or something like that. So you don't have to work terribly hard. Oh, and the point down. Well played. You are truly a champion among men, kiddo. But, so you don't have to work very hard. To come in and hack on top of that absolutely blows my mind, because I'm level 21. Okay, we'll break it down. 21, that means I can legally be invaded by people between the levels of 1 and 34. I don't have any sin, so I don't have to worry about any high-level dark moons coming in. So via cracked or whole red-eye orbs, I can be invaded by people between 1 and 34. No matter how you slice it, you cannot rock the helm, the chest, the arms, the legs, the greatsword, and the great shield of Artorias, and fast roll? That is a really suspect stat distribution. Not even fast roll, ninja flip. I mean, that would be a feat at level 120, much less 34. This guy too, he's rocking the vast majority of the dark set, rolling a 3-pound shield or a 3-unit shield, a demon great machete, and fast rolling. I mean, that is a lot of machinery to have on your person and be able to move that quickly, especially because he's rocking that wolf ring. He's not stacking Fap and Havel. So that is just kind of baffling. And this guy really confused me too, because he seemed to have a pretty solid mechanics, or pretty solid grasp of mechanics on the game. He menu swapped out to that Black Knight Greatsword, still fast rolling with it. He's doing some dead angles. I think he actually kills me, spoiler alert, with a Ghost Strike, which I thought was pretty cool. So he's doing some reverse rolls. So I mean, he's got some chops. And it just makes me wonder, if you can play like that, what are you doing? Where's the challenge? Where is the enjoyment in coming down here and griefing low-level players? And I did try to be pretty diligent about this stuff too. I would try and pay close attention to the gear that guys were wearing, and then jump over on Muujin Monkey and try and recreate the build at level 34 or less. And I failed the vast majority of the time. So I'm 99.9% certain that most of these guys were modding their stats, maybe staying at level 1 and just maxing out all of their stats so that they can rock the heaviest gear. They have a ton of vitality without having to worry about the level caps naturally in place with the game. The 0.1% where I'm uncertain is me just being a little bit coy and trying to give the benefit of the doubt, hoping that there is some trick that I am just missing out on. I tried to flash this guy a hurrah for his stat insufficient wielding of the Zweihander with Ein's hand. He still gave me a pretty good pop with it. God help me had that connected with 2 hands. I remember this was a weird one too. Further in line with crazy stuff going on in the parish. Like, this guy, he just takes off. I don't know what he was thinking. He was like, nope. He just turns around and starts bolting. I thought he was trying to lead me into a trap, maybe looking for some enemies to use against me to his advantage. Not so. We'll see what goes down the way. So I would ask, just for a little perspective, the optimist in me is hoping that this stuff is not just flat out illegitimate. If there is some grand bag of tricks that I have not opened that allows you to rock all this heavy equipment and fast roll at such a low level, please let me know what that is, because that seems like something that would be pretty handy to have in the repertoire. Maybe I'm just missing out. I fear that I am not. So I'm still chasing this guy down. I thought for certain he was leading me into a trap. Nope, he's just running for his life. That was slightly gratifying. And so I've been putting a lot of thought into why I'm dwelling on this. Why am I so fixated on these griefer types? Why am I so fascinated by these griefer types? And personally, it's because I just don't get it. I just don't understand the fun. I don't understand the sense of satisfaction that comes out of winning because of your gear. I think we would all agree that gear does not make all the difference in the world. I'm sure we've all run into people rocking some pretty advanced stuff that just suck. They don't really know how to handle it, and they're pretty easy to take down. So gear does not actually absolutely guarantee victory. But I was trying to think of an analogy to put behind it, and what I came up with was racing. Car racing. And clearly I'm a fan of racing because I don't know what to call it aside from car racing. Yeah, two cars on a track and they're trying to win. But in that situation, gear plays such a factor in determining who wins, gear being the car. Can the best driver in the world rocking a stock Toyota Corolla beat Joe Schmo rolling in an F1 car? Yes, absolutely. It's entirely possible. But you are so far disadvantaged in that situation that you just have to drive flawlessly. Or in the case of Dark Souls, you just have to play flawlessly because you are outclassed. And if I was the guy rolling that F1 car, defeating people in their off-the-lot Toyotas and Hondas and Fords and Chevys and all that kind of stuff, I don't understand how you would feel satisfaction from that. How would you feel that was a fulfilling win, knowing that it was 100% dependent on your gear? You didn't have to do much except drive really fast and not necessarily that well. I feel it's the same way in Dark Souls with a lot of the griefer types that come down here with their twinked out gear. They don't have to do much, and it just seems... Ooh, that was just pathetic. Terrible job, me. But you don't have to do very much. And it just seems like such a false sense of accomplishment, a false sense of confidence to win in that fashion. And actually on my end, on the receiving end of the grief, that's kind of what made this experience so much fun. I was down here for a lot of nights doing this. That's actually kind of an explanation of where I've been too. I haven't been doing a lot of my normal PvP haunts. I haven't been in the township on the PC, haven't been in the Moonlight Butterfly Forest on the PS3. I have been down in the parish doing low-level griefer hunting, mostly getting destroyed. But it's been fun because I really like the way that it makes you play. I mean, you have to play pretty soundly in order to take out these guys, even if they're not very good, just because their gear is so dangerous. So I've been working on my spell cancels, I've been working on my stagger BS technique, which I'm still shaky as hell at, as evidenced in these videos. I've missed quite a few of them. But it's been a lot of fun, and the wins feel really good because they come in situations where you probably shouldn't win just because you are so far of an underdog. And I think what I might start doing too is scaling back my gear. Like I said, I'm a little bit overpowered here with my Chaos Claymore. I might start scaling back my gear and keep doing this. Maybe have a go with some +5 stuff. Get rid of the Chaos, and then maybe scale it down even to starting gear. Just to keep trying to elevate the game, keep trying to get better instead of relying on gear to eke out these wins. I think it'd be kind of fun to come down here and do some invasions as well with starting gear, coming down with an unupgraded broadsword and your hard leather armor if you start off as a warrior or whatever, because there are plenty of twinked out phantoms in the parish as well. So in a lot of times you'll find yourself in a 2v1, 3v1 situation with a host who may or may not be hapless, and then phantoms who are rocking twink gear, over-leveled gear, that you kind of have to employ some strategy in order to take them down as an invader. And in one final segue, speaking of twinked out phantoms, me. The entire time I was down here hosting, waiting for invaders, I would be dropping my white summon signs, just trying to do a little bit of co-op, maybe help some people take out the gargoyles, help them take out the parish, whatever it is. And as mentioned, I am over-leveled for this area. Not as much as I could be, but I am overpowered here. And in a lot of cases, I started feeling kind of guilty because, you know, I would play my role as a phantom. I would take point in a lot of situations and try and clear the way for the host, protect him because his life is more valuable than mine and all that kind of thing. Demon Souls taught me that. But I started feeling a little guilty about it because the level is just so easy if you've got a twinked the fuck out wingman just kind of butter knifing through enemies, butter knife through warm butter. You know, you can one-shot the channeler, you can basically three-shot the gargoyles. The gargoyles pose no threat whatsoever if you are rocking, you know, some elemental weapons and stuff like that. I mean, they are just cake. And it made me wonder, am I kind of cheating the experience of the host? Because they didn't really experience the difficulty of Dark Souls. They didn't really experience the proficiency in learning the gargoyles' attack patterns or how to parry these knights or anything like that. I mean, they're just kind of relying on the power of these phantoms, and it started feeling a little bit cheesy on my part, playing the role as the bulldozer. So I don't know, I'll think a little bit more about that, but I think my new policy moving forward is going to be appropriate gear only for the area of the game. No overpowered stuff, no twinked stuff, no running ahead, both as a phantom and as a host and as an invader. Just to try and keep me frosty, if nothing else, because I mean, even when you come in here as a phantom and kind of one-shot the channeler and stuff like that, like, I'm not doing much. I think it'd be pretty easy to get dull. And I'm not that sharp to begin with in terms of my play. So I don't know, let me know your thoughts on that, on both the Phantom side and on the Griefer side. I'm going to close this out. I gotta say, on the last video, I hit 500 subscribers. So one more time, I got get a little bit mushy. Say thank you so much to all of you guys, to everybody that has checked out the channel, subbed, participated in the comments. You guys just continue to fucking rock. I gotta say, some of the damn coolest people in the Souls universe are friends of this channel. There is so little salt, so little grief in the comments and in the feedback and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, please keep being awesome, because you guys are absolutely stellar. Thank you so much. So that'll do for this one. I'll bring it to an end, this non-numbered episode 21, if you're keeping track. I just want to say thanks again. Griefing, man, it's going to continue to grief me, hence the name, but it is absolutely a part of the game. I'm just going to have to keep dealing with it, and I guess this is how I'm choosing to deal with it. So give me your thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think. I know that it's not a new concept. It has pretty much been around since the inception of the game. I'm assuming I wasn't there at the inception of the game, but give me your thoughts on it. Feedback, comments, likes, dislikes. If you dig it, give me a sub. Oh, you caught me in the fire. And I will see you guys soon on the next one. I'm not sure what the next one's going to be. I haven't started on it yet, but I don't know. We'll figure something out. Talk about something. Thanks as always. Catch you next time. Bye.